Hi! This video has been a long time coming. I also just want to acknowledge that I know it's been a minute. As you can see, I'm filming in the living room. I've just been trying to find the motivation for something new. This is that something new for today. And this is a special new kind of video for me, so we'll see how it goes. I feel really excited and really grateful that I get to show you today my capsule books box. For those of you who don't know, Capsule Books is a seasonally released box that has a different theme each season and sends you 3 different books in a box. When you're purchasing the box, you only know about 1 book that's in the box and the other 2 are a surprise. Oh, I feel so excited because I recently entered a contest on their Instagram to be a rep for them, and that is how I received this box. And those are really hard for me to enter because you're putting it on your own feed and it just feels really vulnerable. But I felt like, for whatever reason, the spring season box doesn't feel like the kind of box that I would naturally gravitate towards, just because I feel like I don't really attach to books that would be categorized as spring books. I like really down and dark and sad and feely type books that are usually more so categorized as fall and winter type books. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the weather that associates that or something, but it just works for me and it's generally been my pattern. When I saw that they were doing this contest, I thought I really am looking for something that's just a little bit more warm feeling, a little bit different, and a little bit outside of my zone. So I'm really glad I entered. And just as a bit of a warning, if you were thinking about getting the spring box, I am going to be revealing all 3 books in this video. So probably shouldn't watch until after you pick. That's just my recommendation. And if you are interested in seeing all 3 books, then please stick around. For this spring box, there were 3 options to choose from. And they were based on color initially, and then those colors had a little bit extra of a theme attached to them. There was a red box, which was associated with romance books. There was a blue box associated with nostalgia books, and there was a yellow box that was titled Destiny. And originally, when these boxes were released on their Instagram, I was really intrigued by the concept of nostalgia books, but the book that they revealed was one that I already owned, so I felt a little bit I shouldn't get that one. What if I own more in that? If I gravitate towards it, it's possible I already have more than just the revealed one. So I went, yellow's my favorite color, and it had a Maya Angelou book revealed, and so I was like, that feels right. And I ended up going with the yellow box. And I'm gonna show you that now. I have already opened this, so it's not a true unboxing, but I just wanna show you what the experience would be like for you. So this is the little box. It's such a cute, smaller box than I imagined. I feel like sometimes you see these and they look huge, but this was perfect, and I didn't want some big honkin' box, so this was already exciting to me. But on the front it shows you which season you're receiving. That's the little spring season, and then you open it up and it says Destiny. So on this little card is a cute little hand-drawn and hand-colored in destiny with a sun behind it. It's a lengthy handwritten note describing the books in the box and a recommendation of how to go through reading the books in the box, which I freaking love. Like those little personal touches, I'm just such a sucker for that. Particularly like the path and how to read them. I just really appreciate, because to me that shows a lot of thought and effort put into an experience. What was cute about this season's box is, and I think different from other seasons, is that there was also a little bookmark included from a little shop on Etsy, and it's so cute. It has like those little, I haven't used it yet, but I will for sure. I am a bookmark user, and I also tend to keep that bookmark with that book just because I feel like I had that experience with that book with that bookmark. I don't know, I can't explain. Okay, this is the part where the books are revealed, so either shut your eyes or change the channel if you're not interested. I do just want to read to you a little tidbit about the yellow book box in particular, because on here it says the Destiny capsule is based on the color yellow, which I view as inspiring and hopeful, specifically pertaining to the future. Each of these books explore the future, prepare you for the future, or discuss the future, and are hopeful in their own ways. Da 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 da! Here is the first book. The first book is, or the first recommended book in reading the 3 books is Veronica Decides to Die, which I have to say, when I first opened the box, I was like, what was I thinking about the like warm, springy book vibe? But I also was really grateful because I need a little bit of an ease in to books like that, and this has like the perfect level of feels and like that like heady vibe. I feel like this is the kind of, I haven't read it yet, but I feel like this is the kind of book that like really supports self-reflection and like getting into your head, and I'm really into those kind of books. Obviously, if you've been on this channel at all, that is clearly a theme here. Those are the type of books that I always gravitate towards. And she does put in the letter that, yes, I know that this sounds like it's depressing, but the reflection on Veronica's life and her path and her journey really does evoke a feeling of hopefulness and self-reflection. And there's a little note about finding wisdom at the end, which I think is a really great way to start these 3 books, especially based on how I've already read the descriptions. But I feel like this is a really great place to start. I'm really excited to read this one. I've only read The Alchemist by this author, so I'm interested to see what this book is like, because The Alchemist I feel like is such a legendary read that I feel like I've never heard of any other works. So I'm interested to see what this is like. The second book in this capsule is da 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 Siddhartha. This is a book that I also haven't read yet, so I was really excited because none of the books in the box I've read, and that's a really exciting experience for me. And I feel like this is a book that I was supposed to know something about, but I don't. I just haven't had exposure to this book. I feel like there's supposed to be like some sort of shame around like not knowing really classic or well-known books, and I'm tired of experiencing that, so I'm excited that I know more about it now, and I'm really looking forward to reading it. This book is about a journey to enlightenment and really brings about different values such as patience and reflection, and I'm really into that. I feel really excited about this, and when I did post some of the book reveals on my Instagram, people were really excited that this was a book that was included, because again, I feel like it's one of those books that has always consistently been read and really well loved, so I'm excited that that is a part of this experience as well. And lastly but not least, the reason I chose this capsule is for this book, which was the book that was revealed, Letter to My Daughter. Right away, without even like reading any descriptions or anything, I feel like there is a lot of value in a book with this title for me personally. I just feel like I really value my role as a daughter, and I think that if this is various perspective from parents or daughters or mothers or anyone in general, I feel like this is something I'm sort of destined to read. And I naturally just said that, and it's the Destiny box. Oh my god! It describes this book as a hopeful collection of essays written as a guideline to dealing with many of life's issues, which is my fave. I feel like those kind of books are few and far between, and a lot of books advertise things like that, but really don't hone in on a very genuine message that brings about those true feelings. So I'm really hopeful for this one. I think it's a great one to have in this box that's really gearing towards like reflection in the future. And I just like really love and value her writing in general. The style, and even notes in here, is just so poetic and like warm and comfort feeling, and I'm just really looking forward to this experience. In the bottom of the box is a little envelope that you can take out. It already has a stamp and everything on it, and they give you the option to send this little note to somebody. Like, you can write your own note, but then there's this little printout to give them, I believe it's 15% off? Yes. This will give them 15% off of their purchase for a capsule book box. I think that's adorable, because on here, even if it says like if you don't decide to do that, like, then you should write somebody a letter, just because mail is fun to receive and fun to send. I forgot to mention that because I was chosen as a rep, they did give me a code to share with everybody else to get 15% off their first box, and that code is down below. It's just Fiasco15, and it's posted like everywhere. So I don't receive anything for you using that code. I did receive this box as a rep, but it's purely just to support Capsule Books. I really love their whole concept. I love the idea of a seasonal box. I think that that's really fun and exciting, that you get to look forward to like the change of a new season and then what could possibly be in those boxes. I also really like that the books are a surprise, that you get to see the one revealed one and then the other two are a surprise. I also just really appreciate all of the individualized thought and effort that's clearly put into the development of this box. Just like all the little handwritten details and coloring in all the little colors. I just think that that's really, it's sweet, and it's different from other book box subscriptions that I have seen before. And I like that it's just like a straight up, no frills book box. Like, there's not a lot of like extra stuff put into it. It's just a really thoughtful process of picking the 3 books and putting them into this seasonal capsule, and I think that that is so great. I love like all the little cute kitschy stuff that comes with other subscriptions. Like, that's all great, but I feel like it makes those boxes really expensive, and I personally don't really use all the stuff that comes with it. If it's like bookmarks or candles or something, that's great. All the other stuff I feel like I just kind of like end up accumulating and don't really do all that much with, and I usually only get 1 book. I feel like this kind of takes you through a season, or that's what it feels like it's intended to do, and you just get the 3 books, and it just feels really different than any other subscription I've seen before, because I really only do this and Book of the Month, and those are like the only 2. They're just straight up book boxes, and that just happens to be what I appreciate most. So I feel really grateful that I was chosen as a rep for this season. I feel really excited about looking forward to other seasons now. I've been like so intrigued since they've started. Now is the time. I've signed on forever, rep or not. This is the box for me. That is my yellow Destiny box. If you're interested in capsule books at all or have any questions, please feel free to leave any comments or questions down below, or you could send me a message or find me on Instagram. All that stuff is always linked down below. And that's it. I am looking forward to more spring videos. I'm getting back into a rhythm, getting back into feeling good about filming again, so hopefully you'll see more of me and I'll see more of you. Goodbye forever.